Well, at this time, I'd like to officially welcome everybody to the meeting. First item on the agenda that needs approval is the approval of the agenda.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second. Motion and second for approval of the agenda. Clerk, call the roll.
Starr.
Aye.
Yeager. Friesman.
Aye.
Emmett.
Aye.
Valero.
Motion passes. Next is consideration of the approval of the minutes of the May 29th and the June 4th meetings.
Second.
Motion and a second. Clerk will call the roll.
Yeager. Friesman.
Aye.
Emmett.
Aye.
Valero.
Aye.
Starr.
Minutes are approved. Next is consideration of the approval of the consent calendar. Any questions on the consent calendar?
Second.
Motion is second. Clerk will call the roll.
Friesman.
Aye.
Emmett.
Aye.
Valero.
Aye.
Starr. Yeager.
Consent calendar is approved. Next is business of the mayor. We have two proclamations tonight. We have a proclamation for Relay for Life and proclamation for Wizard of Oz Days. Is there someone for Relay for Life that would like to speak tonight?
Good evening, my name is Connie Burney, and I am the 2018 Floyd County Relay for Life event leader, and the other people in the red shirts are some of my committee members. We would like to invite you to join us Friday, June 22nd, between the hours of 5 and 9 in Central Park for our 22nd annual Floyd County Relay for Life. All of us are here for a different reason and for being involved. Relay for Life is a life-changing event that brings together more than 44 million people every year to celebrate the lives of those who have battled cancer, remember loved ones lost, and empower individuals and communities to fight against the disease that takes too much from too many. The American Cancer Society Relay for Life is helping save lives and create a world with less cancer and more birthdays by helping people stay well and get well, by finding cures and by fighting back. This year we are remembering our friend Kathy Stony, who lost her fight against cancer, with our theme, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. We would like to again thank you for your support of Relay. Please join us Friday night in Central Park, or with this crazy Iowa weather, our rain location will be at the high school. Thank you.
Connie? We'll pass both resolutions and I'll come down and read the proclamation for you. So speaking of Somewhere Over the Rainbow,
That was a really good
Doesn't
statement.
that work cool? Wow. Good evening. My name is Michelle Grob, and I'm the director for the Wizard of Oz. New to this community, moved here in August for a teaching job, so I'm still learning the ropes around here, and why not go big and take on a play, right? Stony Point Players was a little bit dormant for a few years, and I came from a city that I was very active in our local community theater and at the high school and so forth, and said, oh, where's the theater? Where's the play that I get to do? And was hoping to act, but no, they needed a leadership role, so decided to take that on. Derek Sturdivant is my musical director sitting over there, and Ryan Wolf is our young director. What do we call you? Student director? He's not really a student anymore. Apprentice, there we go. I like he is the apprentice. Thank you very much. That is great. And as you can see, I have several cast members with us as well tonight. We are encouraging all of you to come to the show. We have a little over 100 people involved in it, between actors and the pit and our crews, and it is a huge show. It's going to be a fabulous production. It is June 30th, which is Saturday at a 7 o'clock, and then Sunday, 2 o'clock show, matinee, and then a 7 o'clock show on Monday, the 2nd of July. All tickets are on sale online. It's in the paper. It's on posters around. Anywhere else we have those where they can see that website to go to, Derek, that I'm forgetting. They will also be sold at the door, but we're trying to join the next wave where most things are done online. So if you want good seats, you're going to want to go online. They went on sale today, and we already have a lot of tickets sold, so we're pretty excited about it. Thrilled to be part of it, and really involving from third graders all the way up to our very mature actors. I'll put it that way. I won't go into the age of them. So thank you very much for your time. We hope we will see a lot of people there.
That'd be post-apprentice.
Yes, definitely post-apprentice.
All right. Do we have a motion and a second to approve both proclamations? Clerk will call the roll.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager. Friesman.
Aye.
Motions are approved, so I'll come down and we'll approve the we'll read the proclamation. Do the Relay for Life first. You guys want to come up? Here, maybe. I'll grab the microphone.
I want you to flip
Turn
me
face
so you're on the camera.
Oh.
Now they are. I told her that.
These are the apprentice actors.
Having more parts.
All right. Whereas the American Cancer Society is the nationwide community-based voluntary health organization dedicated to eliminating cancer as a major health problem by preventing cancer, saving lives, and diminishing suffering from cancer through research, education, advocacy, and service. And whereas the lives of many of the citizens of Charles City and Floyd County have been touched by cancer, and thus they have been drawn to support the continuing research that will find a cure for the disease. And whereas Relay for Life is a community-wide event that generates support for families who have suffered the death of a loved one because of cancer. And whereas the Survivors Walk during the Relay of Life event celebrates those who are living with cancer and offers them hope for continued health. And whereas the Luminaria ceremony honors the memory of loved ones who have died of cancer, as well as those who are cancer survivors. Therefore, I, Dean Andrews, Mayor of Charles City, Iowa, do hereby proclaim that the Relay for Life event be held on June 22nd, 2018. And may the citizens of Charles City and Floyd County support this event with great enthusiasm so that a cure for cancer can be found. In testimony whereof, I hereunto subscribe my name this 18th day of June 2018. So I will give you guys the proclamation. I thank you very much for all that you do. This has always been a great event in Charles City, and something that is, almost everybody is touched by at one time or another in their lifetime. So thank you very much for what you do. So. Okay, I think we have another proclamation with a few people. So why don't you guys come on up? But I have to run right back up here for just a second.
I'd like to proclaim my appreciation for the air conditioning.
Amen.
All right. Mr. Mayor, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
As mayor of the Munchkin City,
As mayor of Charles City,
in the county of the land of Oz,
in the county of the land of Floyd,
I welcome you most legally.
but we have to proclaim it legally. Whereas Charles City has long been home to a rich tradition of outstanding theater, instrumental and vocal music, fine arts, and culture.
Whereas music, art, and the theater in the lives of our students improves creativity, academic performance, confidence, decision-making ability, collaboration, perseverance, and accountability, and
Whereas nationwide, arts and cultural productions contributed $729 billion to the U.S. economy, and locally, more than $140 million is generated each year in the state of Iowa, creating jobs that serve every Iowan. And
whereas more than 100 people in the cast and crew are volunteers in this summer's Stony Point Players production of The Wizard of Oz, and they demonstrate tremendous heart, abounding brains, and exemplary courage for the benefit of the community's 4th of July celebrations and the enjoyment of Charles City's Aussians. And
whereas citizen involvement in all of the arts throughout the community as a performer or patron promotes citizens having a true sense of ownership and connection to the places they feel are their personal, no place like home. And
whereas a high concentration of the arts in Charles City leads to higher civic engagement, more social cohesion, higher child welfare, lower crime and poverty rates, and acceptance to diversity.
now therefore, I, Dean Andrews, Mayor of the City of Charles City,
And I, Jonah DeVore, Mayor of the Munchkin City,
do hereby proclaim June 30th, July 1st, and July 2nd to be Charles City Wizard of Oz days in Charles City, and urge all residents to celebrate these days by acknowledging the indelible contributions of the Stony Point players, the Charles City Community School District staff and resources, Charles City actors and talent on stage and behind the scenes, and the patrons who support them in the audience.
and we encourage you to come to the shows.
Dated this 18th day of June, 2018. Congratulations, Aussians. And I will give you this proclamation. You can proclaim at the
Thanks.
at the theater. So
Excellent.
thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right, well, I'm done with my part. The rest is on you guys. Next is a public hearing on the HMA paving project. We'll open the hearing. We have a filing of affidavit of publication.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have any written comments or objections?
None, Your Honor.
Any oral comments or objections?
Move to close. Second.
We have a motion second to close the hearing. Clerk will call the roll.
Valero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager. Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Hearing is closed. We'll now consider Resolution 8918 approving the final plans. Discussion on that.
Well, this is our 2018 hot mix asphalt paving project, and basically this year includes, as I already would have it, Stony Point Road,
It's just tying in at night, doesn't it?
Glen Avenue, 2nd Street, which is west of the portion west of Iowa Street, South Jackson between Court and the Cedar River, and we're also including bid alternate items on Riverside Avenue, north of Hart Street, and curb and gutter repair work on South Jackson and Gilbert Street. We received 2 bids back on the project. One bid was from Heartland Asphalt for $200,574, and one bid was from Blacktop Service Company of Humboldt for $260,674. The engineer's probable cost estimate for this project was $277,000. So Heartland Asphalt is the low bid of the two at the $200,574. Very familiar with Heartland Asphalt. They've done a number of projects for us in the community and in the area. And so we would recommend that we approve the resolution approving work to Heartland Asphalt for $200,574. Not King Construction. Heartland Asphalt.
Any questions?
Funding for this project will come out of.
Yep, this will come out of local option sales tax for our annual road work operations, and we budgeted a total of about $314,000, so we're well within that, just for the blacktop portion.
Are we gonna take advantage of going after the additional? Yeah, alternates.
Yes, yes, we are.
Is that included in the?
That, yes, that should be included in that 200,574.
I would so move for second that.
Any further discussion?
I will note one thing, we talked about that portion of the courthouse parking lot, and that needs to be done in PCC concrete, that approach area there. So we got an estimate on that. It's about, I think, about 5,000, 5,500. So I've had some initial discussion with the county about that, but that'll be separate from this project since this is all asphalt. But we did look into that.
Any other discussion?
Just one thing here, it's a nice fact about that, but there's quite a significant difference between the engineering estimate and the low bid. Do you have an idea why it's such a big difference?
Well, I asked John that actually, and because I told him I wasn't familiar with that other bidder on the project. And, we got the feeling it was a way of protecting home turf. So I think Heartland was being aggressive in their bid. I know they've got a number of projects in the area, and they may have their asphalt plant closer, but it's not that much closer than the other one. So
Like, it's in our favor, so I like it, but it's always kind of something that's that far off, so.
yeah, no, they met all the good requirements, so we're
Again,
good.
happy problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. Much better than the other one.
Any further discussion? Call the roll.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Valero.
Aye. Resolution 8918 is approved. Resolution 9018 awarding the contract. Any further discussion for that one? Steve covered that pretty well already.
So,
Any questions? We'll call the roll on this.
Yeager. Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Valero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye. Resolution 9018 is passed. Next, we have a public hearing on the 2018 wayfinding signage project. We'll open the hearing. Do we have the filing of affidavit of publication?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry. Yeah, hello.
Any written comments or objections?
None.
Not yet. Any oral comments or objections?
I will make-
Steve, you'll make a comment, I think.
I will make a comment, yes. We're going to ask that we continue this public hearing at this time. We received one bid on the project for putting in the wayfinding, and some of the pricing on the signage was higher than we were anticipating, whereas some of the pricing on some of the other aspects of the project were lower. And as you recall, there's a substantial portion of the wayfinding project that is going to be completed by the DOT, so that's a cost savings for us there. And so we're going to look at some of the aspects of the bid and see what we can accept from it. If we can accept portions of it, negotiate with this current bidder on parts of it, or if we have to turn it down and rebid the project. That's something we're going to arm wrestle Brad about here. So we'd like to continue this and discuss this at our next council meeting.
So we need a motion to, or we just leave it open?
I think we just, lack of action, we're going to, I don't know that we need to leave it open, I think we just leave it open.
Correct.
Okay, very good. So we'll move right on then to resolution 9118, which is approving the street sweeper purchase. It's a sweet.
It's a sweet.
It's a
It is pretty
sweet
sweet.
street sweeper.
So fiscal year 19, which starts here in July, is the year that we've had planned out for replacement of our street sweeper. We've had our current one, I think, for 10 operational years now. And so the life expectancy is somewhere between 8 and 10. And so we're getting to that point where it's not functioning as well as it should, and so we're ready to trade that out. We budgeted funds for it within road use tax. We actually set aside about $240,000 this year, anticipating that purchase. We received 2 quotes back, one from Elgin, another one on the Elliott brand sweeper. The Elliott one came in for a total price of $201,971, and the Elgin came in at a price of $198,229. So they're both very, relatively close in price. The Elgin one is the preferred one by the street department, and we can let Dirk talk in detail about that as he seems fit or as the council has questions. But we would recommend purchase of that street sweeper for $198,229 from Trans Iowa Equipment. That does include trade-in our existing.
Discussion or questions of Steve or Dirk, either one?
And funds to pay for that will come out of
Road use tax.
road use tax.
So moved.
Second.
Any further questions? Now, the clerk will call the roll.
Friesman.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Valero. Star. Yeager.
Resolution is approved, and we'll get that sweet.
Yeah, Dirk is pretty sweet.
Resolution, or no, excuse me, ordinance number 1117. We will consider the first reading. Have discussion on that first.
You bet. This ordinance is proposing restricted truck and trailer parking in residential zone areas in Charles City. This is something that we've had our eye on for the last several years. It seems each year the number of complaints in regard to semi-trucks and trailers on the residential areas of town continues to grow. And we seem to see these tractors and trailers kind of parked all over town. And and additionally, we've talked about RVs, campers, lawn mowing equipment, stuff like that. Through our discussion, we wanted to kind of initially at least focus on the truck and trailer issue and try to get that dealt with initially here. So what we're looking at is an ordinance that's, like I said, is pretty straightforward. It restricts semi-trucks, trailers, motor trucks from parking on residential streets unless you're doing some type of actively unloading or what have you. But for general long-term parking and overnight parking, that would be prohibited. This is the first reading of the ordinance, and we, along with Brad and Chief Anderson, we reviewed a number of ordinances from across the state and the region, and there's quite a few communities that have these parking restrictions in place. So we pulled from all those and still kept it pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Discussion on this item.
The major changes, we made some tweaks to the language, but the major change is really just extending that restriction from business districts and also including residential districts.
I think we talked about this at the workshop, and that we just feel we need to do something to kind of address this issue at this time. We don't, so this is kind of an act to get that process started, and then maybe tweak it or continue to wrangle with it down the road.
We did discuss there are several locations in town. There's a place just up that old white farm where there's a spot to take trucks and park. There's truck stops in Floyd or those areas where these units can be parked. So it gets to be a safety issue with these big vehicles on residential streets, and so that's one of the things we want to try and address.
I would so
Further discussion. Clerk will call the roll.
Hammond.
Aye.
Valero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Friesman.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll have the first reading of ordinance number 1117.
Ordinance number 1117, and ordinance amending section 69.09 of the Charles City Code of Ordinances for the purpose of restricting truck and trailer parking in district zone as residential districts.
Next is consideration of the first reading of ordinance 1118. Zoning ordinance, and Steve, you have some comments for this one?
Yeah, basically this amendment to will be an amendment to the M2 manufacturing zoning area within Charles City, and The request, the reason it came about is that there was a request to put a fire training practice burn facility in Charles City, just north of the railroad tracks off of East Street. I think that's East Street up there. And this was put together by the Floyd County firemen.